Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, good morning, Mark. Good morning, Juma, Darius, Philip, Rastas in Milan, Joshua, Antonio, Pade, Narongo, Charles, and Patrick. Good morning. Yes, I hope you guys are doing well today morning. It's not a dark morning, it's bright. As you can see, you know, the Samsung phone actually gives you a better perspective of how the sky looks like. We just don't take in the beauty of the surroundings. The Samsung actually does. But I hope you guys are doing well today. Today is 28th, so the month is ending. I don't know what you set out to do this month. Because next week will be September, then which means you'll be having October, November, December. So 4 more months till the end of the year. I don't know what your goals were this year. Of course, since we are talking about paying our debts, I hope that if one of your goals was to pay all your debts, you have paid at least 3/4 of the debts, or 3/4 of the debts that you planned to pay. If not, it's time to work even harder. Good morning, Salmina, Chairman Zach, Abby. Abantu abatayagala mbayisi wakulengera ngojja ng'ayongeza n'oyo mwongerezeeko ahimbisibwa Dennis. So I'm imagining, I'm trying to think that each one of us has had a debt, at least one debt in our lives. And a debt means that you have to pay the person that gave you that money or that thing back. Because omuntu akubanja sente nga akubanja motoka ye, nabira nga akubanja lugoye lwe, So you're indebted to that person in that term. So amabanja tugatya in Kampala, probably because majority of the people that lend us stuff want to take our stuff. So majority of the time when a bank lends you money and they have, so because people want to take your stuff, people are very negative towards getting loans, being loaned stuff. Recently I was watching a video of this guy Kanaso Kokoliroko, and he was in Centenary Bank raising the roof, telling this guy is Mompa D. I think he was demanding for his land title or something. He had to pay back the loan, and now I was complaining that in the bank, before you get a loan, they want to get nguzi. They want you to bribe them to make sure your loan goes through. And I remember when I was still getting loans in Equity Bank, this guy tried to pull the same thing on me. Nagano mua sente. Nagani dadala. And then yes, I still got my loan. And I think that's the last loan I got. And I think it happens literally in every bank. Nadala Bosanga people, a loans officer that's coming from a poor background. Now it's a very bad thing for you to raise your kids in a poor background. Fetujita humble background, it's not really humble. It's just the poverty that is making you humble. I've seen kids that have grown up in abundance. Tebali humble. They don't even feel the urge to do stuff. Yesterday we were at a party, and I remember this conversation of a gentleman who was always on people's. So the conversation of this gentleman who was always rebuking other people's daughters for having kids before they had official weddings, and then one of his eldest daughters did the very same thing, and from that time, yakakana. So I think that made him humble. It's not like he was humble. It's not like he grew up humble. No, but this experience humbled him. So I happen to believe that fabakulira mumbere mbie to humbling. So yesterday I was at a party. We were invited and we felt like, okay, if we don't go Chibichi, of course the party was near. It was 7 kilometers from our home, so we decided to go. And then we find that the host himself, none of these people were there apart from him. And these are the things that I normally tell people. Before you think, okay, I need to do public relations, I need the extended family to think of me as a social person. Think about them. Do they really care if you think about them as social people? Paying our debts. In a way, sometimes for us to go to functions, to parties, for us to attend meetings, sometimes it's a way of us paying our debts. There are debts that you're not going to pay back by money. Of course, now when someone kusondas for you for your function, or kusonda, you have a debt, you're indebted to them. Yakusondira, now musondira. Deep in coffee, good morning. Good morning. Musao Daniel Ranga. Good morning, T3MI. So a debt, every time you get something with a promise to pay back, it becomes a debt. If you come to me and say Athampa yo enusubukumi, Jadu Sasula, that's a debt. For the people that we have inspected for, you go to my mechanic and he fixes stuff for you, and then you say I will pay back. That's a debt. You'll have to pay back that debt. Instead of driving like lunatics, why not just leave home earlier? I think leaving home earlier is a better solution. I happen to find that every time you get an accident, you waste more time on the road than the actual time you would waste if you waited a little bit. So that's every time you don't pay a debt, you don't know the person you owe money. You don't know what they are going through. You don't know what kind of prayer they are pushing to God or whatever spiritual being they are praying to. You don't know what they are telling that spiritual being about you. I'm sure you don't want them to say, that person refused to pay my money, that person refused to clear what they owe me, and so punish them with this. So if you borrowed money, if you borrowed a cloth, if you borrowed a piece of land, if you borrowed a skill, because you can borrow a skill, you can go to someone and tell them, you do this for me, I'll pay you late next week or next month. That's borrowing someone's skill. It only means that you have to pay back for that skill, because the skills did not get themselves. I was reading a doctor's post on Twitter, and this doctor was saying that we clinic owners are surviving merely because we overcharge some people. Because sometimes you might look at your books of accounts at the end of the year and you have people that owe you more than 40 million. Chokanga, even your capital is about 60 million. People go to clinics and they borrow the doctor's skill, they borrow the medicine, they borrow the use of equipment, they borrow the nurses, they borrow even the spaces, because bakujjanjabira muchi muchifo, and then they fail to pay in time. Okay, they actually even fail to pay. Yeah. No, I can't. I can only play my songs on this when I'm doing this, okay? So if you go and you go to someone's business and you don't pay, and you promise to pay, it's prudent that you go and pay. That's part of debt. I've found in my life that not a very spiritual person, but if there is one thing I believe is that the more people pray good things for you, the more good things happen to you. Now, even when they pray bad things for you, trust me, the bad things keep happening. It may not be like the bad things happen. Daniel, simanya pita kubwa. So when people pray for you, whether negative or positive, I happen to believe that those things happen to you. It doesn't happen to you until wagano kusasuli banja nawe bagenda gano kusasuli. You can refuse to pay to pay the money you owe. For example, you owe Arthur 100,000. You fail to pay Arthur the 100,000 you owe him, and Arthur has a bad prayer for you. It won't happen that you will get someone to owe you 100,000 and they don't pay. No. You can simply scratch that taxi in front of me. You scratch it and they take 200,000 from you. You are paying the debt, yet you still owe the debt. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. You see, when you are finds us, they're simply telling us you failed to pay the debt, you failed to pay the money you owe us in a. You fail to pay the money you owe us in a year. You fail to pay in time. So on top of you paying us late, we're going to include a surcharge of like, let's say 20% or 30%. So let's say you were supposed to pay income tax of 1 million. When you finally do assessment of 1 million, they'll add like a 300k or 400k and say, okay, you pay that as fine. But apparently, people will take your money and refuse to pay in time, and at a certain moment, even make you feel like, oh, and then you start thinking to yourself, why don't you just pay my money? And I think this has been done by literally almost everyone. You can feel like this. And yeah, I got to go to Ogenda Jijawa. You people, we back a million coming and Musavu, Mubitwanga Yakusaga. Wait, Ogenda Kuja Corolla, Eringe, I am money on Ganamunge, million in Gazaka Sukumi no Musavu. Attend to by the way, you people. Ha! Wanonga wabinyo. At time. Wagenda kubugaza Corolla yange banange. Oh! Ulida episode eligenda kumipira ina fine. Remember, guy. Today we are talking about paying debts and debts. What are debts? What? Debts. D-E-B-T-S. Debts. It means you owe someone money. You don't pull in the air, you push out the air. Yes, you push out the air. Good morning, people. Abali Mukamori. The guys that have just joined. Good morning. I hope you're doing well today. My weekend was good, Enoch. I want to buy a Toyota Corolla like yours. Buy manual. Ne buli akalina ansera. Hey, motoka nnungi. Ndakanga milioni 17 nga inga atezo milioni 17 ino kuleta pizza ne kuleta pizza nga ya chicken tandoori. Chicken tandoori. I don't know what tandoori means, but I've had that word in restaurants. So oleta nga pizza ya chicken, oleta ko minute made on wabi ebichupa bibiri ekyaro edicho kyonze nywa mango. Awo ne tutandika okuteesa no negayira ntwale 17. Markex ne Subaru Forester eriwe esinga emisinde. Motoka teri motoka esinga misinde okujja ko ng'omuvuzi tamanyi. Kati nze onteka ku Forester ne nnoonya wendi nga tatenda bawo. Okitegeera motoka tedduka. It's not like a car is just fast on its own. Cars are fast also when you look at who is driving. The car is as fast as the driver. If the driver is weak, the car will be weak. If the driver is fast, the car will be fast. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. That's why you find that you go to a race where we have motorsports arenas, bana usika wa. And you find that there are people that drive Subarus, yet you also find people that drive the Toyota FX and then the FX wins. It's simply because the FX person is actually the fast driver and the Subaru person is not a fast driver. It will not be faster than the person in age amanyi mchigere oba atatia. even know that 17 I can drive a new 2005 UBB. Yeah. Salumini we yagadde. Na yati nu we iza kuwa peace. Ngaka na akamotoka peace jikagendo kuwa. Ngi Masaka onywawe esatu ena. Kitegeeza nagende Masaka lulitwanywa emitwalo. Obe na kitundu. Okitegeera. Kati nu tegenda kunywawe na kitundu. That's part of the peace that you get from driving a Corolla. Good morning, Chris Fitness. Good morning, Wilbur. A car is fast depending on who is driving it. Yes, October. Amachama Lungi Joshua. Mweba guy. Katino kambabulire. I used to drive a Corona Chibina. Muizimanye ezo Chibina. And there is a guy yere avuga Mark II. You remember Mark II is 6-cylinder. Nangamba gwe Arthur tosobola kubuka kusinga Mark II. Ebiseera Northern Bypass bali bakagigula nga nyina kibina yange eri yasooka yali UAB 1155J. So we head out to the bypass. Goloza guy yandabako. Zina ino omutima nga bwe ntula mu kibina yange eri kuba nali njikola ngebeera wamu. Swi! Nga teyina wandaba. But ideally, normally the Mark II would be faster than the Chibina because the Mark II basically is 2000 liter. My Chibina was a 1.8 liter. Which take it. It was a 1.8 liter and it was 4-cylinder. The Mark II was 2000 cc, over 2 liters, and it was 6-cylinder. But of course, my car was manual. 2, I was a much more experienced driver than the person that was driving a Mark II. So nemuyisa nemukuba by like 20 minutes tugenda tuuka Busega nga nagenze dda. Other Ugandan cameras are in operation now, but speed match and get ready to spend. Ziko naeza sikyadduka ebyo sikyadduka. Arthur, how did you conclude with the 17 million Saturday inspection? Seems I've missed the first part of the broadcast. We did not get a car because the money wasn't there. Which take it a sentence gule motoka tezaliwo. So in a way twali tuyita buyise motari, which I don't like to do because tumala obudde bwo ne tumala ne sente zo nange ne tumala obudde bwange. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So that's why normally when you call me and you say, Arthur, I want you to help me inspect a car, I ask you, when are you ready to buy? So and the reason why I ask you that is because I don't want to go to the market, look at a nice car, and then by the time you have money, the car is bought. Because people are on you. You go look at a car, you really like it, it's really nice, and then because nice cars are bought like literally very fast. So we did not buy a car. I'm waiting to see if he gets the money. Because I think he was waiting for a payment to mature on his account, which hadn't happened. Or normally there are two things. There are people that come to Arthur to help them. Arthur identifying the nice cars, and then they go back and buy on their own. So maybe it's one of the two things. And we told him which cars he needs to go and buy. What we is according to reduce the consumption. You used 40k, I will use 50k to Masaka in my big expense car. When you arrive, you speed at Busega. They show evidence near toll gates. Hey, a bird in a hand. A bird in hand is better than what? Good morning, JK. A bird in hand. Tugambi now. Katiracho uteka kopu dot. Babu itabu muduzungu. Racho uteka kopu full stop. Mara yorugiro. Ezigwa mumvubo. Isn't that the translation to Uganda? Ezigwa mumvubo zizo. If someone owes you like 100k, and in the beginning they give you 50k, the 50k is yours. The 50k you don't have is not yours. It will probably never be paid back to you. But the thing that happens with debts is that two things can happen. A bird in hand is better than two in the bush. Yeah. Isaac Mumaso Moruzungu. oluzungu twalusoma naye zengeri twazisoma fe twalinga tusoma ellipsis kale ulira fe nze kastambu manya we bugenda sala kumanya we babuyita mwe mwasomeranga a bird in hand is better than two in the bush finga tusoma 1 + 1 makes a bundle. One by one, yes. 1 by 1 makes a bundle. Olaba ne byetwasoma sei yananga oluzungu luno. Mr. Arthur, you inspire me specifically siva ku kyeyo nga sirina nziga. Omusana guntuusi mukawompo. Emotoka yojja kugifuna, emotoka nyangu za kufuna e Kampala wano. Mukasito omanya nti sente zange zifuna eno mmotoka n'ofuna eyo. Then n'ogikozesa okufuna byoyagala. Okitegeera. Good morning. Bana you guys ndabe kajitu nkali ku UAA funa ye kalabika bulungi kala kaba katereka of course sobola kabalaga wano naye mama kali ku UAF 116C kalabika bulungi ansi kulabika bulabisi bulungi nembera kati kukuba kali munnungi engeri gikalabikamu. It was not repainted, it has the original paint. Okitegeera mwe bagayi tusasule amabanja. Ragnar, what's up? Say I'm fine. Are you going to class? Then wake up. No, wake up. You stand up. I want to look at your face. Stand up, I see you. Stand up. Stand up. Good. Give me a high five. You awake? Good. Mwasoma 1 by 1 nga basire kwini basoma craving for KFC. Katwe kasiso kagenze no genda. Naye kabadde kabalagavu. Naye I'm going to buy a Corolla. Tukaya ne bulungi. Antonio, you buy a Corolla, you buy whatever. Eyange ya 17 ne pizza ne Minute Maid. Sikumpa milioni zo 17 atenguleko pizza girete ne milioni zo 17 ne Minute Maid. Anyway, tusasula amabanja. Mwabagai, you know, I've had a number of mentors in my life, and bye. Omwana oyo asomera wa Athafe abadde nga bali mu holiday abaffe alina gy'asomera eno bukati batandika butanzi tamu yakaddamu mwe tusasula amabanja. If there is one thing that I've learned through mentorship and also through my own personal life is that ekisooka tokolanga sente n'oyagala ozirye weka. Tokolanga omulimu n'oyagala olye weka sente. It doesn't matter. Buli lwokola omulimu fuba okulaba nga you share with other people. You bring other people on board okulya naawe. Okitegeera nti let's say you are a contractor ozimba nyumba. Okitegeera fuba okulaba nga oleeta abantu abala nabo bafune ku sente ate basasule. Don't cheat. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Nti every time someone shares a bit of that money, for the guys that are mwabakiriza mu Katonda, because I don't want to imagine that everyone believes in God, but for the guys that believe in God, it doesn't matter which God you believe in. Obotikiza mjaja mukasa, okiza Jesus Christ, oba Allah, oba Buddha, okitegeera. One thing you need to understand is that every time someone gets money that you owe them, either through work or money they gave you as a loan, they pray, they give good prayers for you. Have you ever given someone something? Let me tell you, Katonda agenda kuwa omukisa because someone said mukama akuwa omukisa, and God could see that you genuinely did something. You genuinely did something that is nice for this person. Okitegeera. Let me see. Bana isa apo walinga watambula ku macha. Waje bangenda mpite. Koze ne wange alabanga malo obudde bungi mukkubo. Sa apo. Nkuba mapu nno. Angene mpire kusa apo. Eno jamu amanyi okutusukuma. Mbalamu obudde. But the time seems like it's the same. So anyway, every time you get money, you share with someone. Naddala ng'osasula bbanja. Mukamba bulire wali baddekawo ng'olina gw'obanja. Naddala mu abatali babedde nga muli mutetenkanya nganzi. Wali baddekawo ng'olina omuntu okuba n'omukubira essimu n'akugamba obuzite bw'ommanja butono ndi bukuwa nga njagadde. Have you ever been to that situation? Did you see the situation that Honorable Mukasa Ambidde was taking a girl through? Omwale yamuwa furniture. Omwala ambanja milioni 10 n'emugayi n'atandika okubalaata. You guys saw that? Let me tell you, sometimes things don't happen by mistake. Now, I totally understand that this is one hell of a rich guy already. But you guys understand that guy yono mu parliament ndoza yava nayo. Sicho mu parliament yavayo. You guys, when you see things happening, bad things happening to people, we tend to think, oh, it's random. It's not random, especially for us that believe in the spiritual world. There is a higher power. Things don't happen by mistake. Buli lwoyisa omuntu omwolubi obubi, Katonda abaako engeri gy'akusasula, whichever God you believe in, abaako engeri gy'akusasula. Nga bwe nabagambye nti you can refuse to pay Arthur 100,000 shillings. Naye bw'ogaana okusasula Arthur emitwalo 10, n'otomere wa boda n'akugyamu 3. Okitegeera, gwoyinza okirabanga ekintu ekiriranda omuntu oba wa boda avugisiza busiru oba emmotoka eganye kusiba n'emutomera, naye nga the higher power is actually making sure that you pay for your sins. And sometimes you personally you may not pay for your sins. Your kids will pay for your sins. If your kids don't pay for your sins, your grandkids will pay for your sins. Karoka jam ka wano kano. Kikasinga okummenya kano. Era kano kasitoko ayitamu oba oyiseewo. Nchanja kuyita kusapo okubanga. Good morning Heath, good morning Sanji Phone Solutions, Ibanda Bernard, Edwin Mugerwa. Mwe guy. Corona yange ya milioni 17 egula sente zezimu neyo rumiyoni eri maaso. Kati gwe werondera oba ogula rumiyoni oba ogula yange. Eno yo rumiyoni kati eri mu milioni nga weri milioni nga NP eri milioni nga 28 29 asatu awe watyo. Mubwa UBM yako because kati empya mu bond ya milioni 3.5 kitegeera kati ono bayagigula meka kati sawa no fete twagala kumanya abana bagigula enzoga yana mukatanga bagigula na 18 abasubuzi bajoga banange naye nga all in all mwe bagayi tusasule banja bobo inayo omuntu yenanga akubanja nze Kampala sirina manja. Ipsa mujirabe yeri ku UAJ eze moroka nwanyi bannange. And you guys sometimes I want us to understand that sometimes people don't progress in life because they don't pay debts. Obutasasula mabanja kikulemesa okugenda maaso. Why? Because people keep praying for you and they keep having these bad prayers. Like your guy yagano okunsasula ambonya mukama musasule mukama mukolechi. I remember we were having a family meeting. We have a family member who is problematic for literally everyone. In the beginning I thought so this person does something to me the nature of Jesus. So I go to some of the old people in the family. Omuntu ono ankoze kino na kino na kino na kino nze sijja kikumiikiriza na ndibange munyinyonyolebwe mbanze nyina omutima omubi nakyo nkitegeere. And in that instant everyone in that meeting started pouring out what this person had done to them nga babadde bo basirikidde ebbanga okitegeera nange yankola kino nange yankola kino nange yankola kino okitegeera. And at that moment I knew sirina buzibu siri muntu mubi nnyo okitegeera nze sinoonya kibi mu bantu because I had tried to be positive with this person for a very long time and the positivity had failed. So when I get mu meeting neba n'abantu abakulu nabo nga ate nabo bamukaaba nimbagamba naye mumanyi omuntu ono tumuyite tukole intervention tumugambe ne bagamba nedda tumuleke mukama ali musasula mumuleke mukama ali musasula. You guys, I want you to look at me while I say this. These people were in the meeting bantu bakulu bansinga obukulu by 20, by 10 years, by 30 years. And these people, because me I personally I had called for this meeting because I felt that this person yali teyeyisa bulungi, and I felt like we needed to have an intervention, or I needed to be told that I had bad manners, because oyinza okuba ngolowooza nti omuntu omu ayina omutima omubi naye nga ate gwe ayina ekizibu ku bwongo. So when I go to this meeting and everyone is saying nange yankola kino nange yankola kino, but and these bano abantu abakulu manyi kye bagamba tumuleke mukama ali musasula. You know, that statement is very powerful. Omuntu kasatandika okugamba omuntu oyo kale mukama ali musasula. You should try in your life to avoid having people say that statement over you. Kale mukama ali musasula. For the guys that don't know Uganda, when someone says kale mukama ali musasula, it's like someone saying, okay, God will repay him, God will pay him back. It's like God will pay him back for the things that he has done to me. That's a very negative statement for people to say over you. Now I kept telling these people, let's call a meeting and let's intervene, let's do an intervention for this person. Maybe this person is doing these things thinking that it's okay because you people tolerate them. Besides, because I'm the only person who had actually come out to say, okay, this, and because this person had never heard from anyone else, this person was saying so you can be there nga wewe odano suru kumiro kum enkumi biri na kanonye sapolo gyebera kubanga sapolo ebadde nga luli etambule enaku zimbadde ngira ne editor wange ku office sapolo ebadde nga etambula kanonye sapolo. Waipsa majomo milioni 3. Oh, ipsa msebo jagisanga ya milioni 5 weri. Awe yetambula kukubo nga taina bipapula. Ina emipira. Omusirika tajiwatako 5. But you guys, sometimes I think we take the ability of someone driving their car on the road for granted. Mumanche kitegeeza omuntu okuvuga emmotoka ku luguudo lw'e Kampala mu ba traffic bano. Kitegeeza emmotoka jesiga. And if you did not know, there is a law that prohibits anyone. The law prohibits you from fixing your car in the road. Emotoka yobo efira mu kubo oyina kuleta breakdown wane Kampala. So it means anybody that has a car nga avuga ku ngudo ze Kampala ebannamu, chiba better than buying a car ngeparkinze. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Emotoka etambula ku kubo lye Kampala ne waba kongera mu kakadde ku motoka ebadde eyimiridde jigule That's true, Mr. Arthur. Mostly we pay debt in advance. Also applies to day-to-day life in behaviors. Exactly. Brian Wanyama, good morning. Abe, you're very right. Every time you treat people badly, the world will pay you back. You people, sometimes you find people having cancer in their family. It's scientific. Now, Daniel Ranga, this is scientific. But if we believe that there is a God that created us, which I know that almost 80% of the world population believes in a God, in a certain God, which if you believe that there is a God, there is a spiritual being that is above, it means that not everything just happens randomly. You find that in your entire family cancer, then all of a sudden one person gets cancer. It could be that one person, great parents, great grandparents treated people badly, and then one of you is paying for the bad deeds of your family member or your yaiso abantu okitegera nze ex wanga manja but and you have to understand in which spirit did your ex give you that money. Was it in the spirit of love? Was it in the spirit of Nkwoze? Okitegera, you need to ask yourself that question. Okitegera. But all in all, nze ka statement ke sagala kabere ku bulamu bwange keeko kale mukama ali musasula. You guys, we were in that meeting abantu abakulu nga boogera statement and I wasn't comfortable. Either when this person called me and then he said, Arthur, bangambe gwayagala meeting negwe lwaki obeerawo ng'olowooza nze nyina empisa embi abalala bonna tebakiinaako kizibu. And me, remembering what was in that meeting, there were people that were literally crying because of how this person treated them. Okitegeera, people were crying because of how this person treated them. And I told this person, you know what, wandibanga tolina mpisa mbi naye senga watuula mu meeting eri n'owulira abantu bwe baali bakwogerako walitegedde nti olina okwetereeza. People, what was statement, I told him what was statement ze baali boogera mu meeting eri nga statement zikanga mbi nnyo. The statement of kale mukama ali musasula is a very bad statement for you as a human being. When someone says mukama ali musasula, kitegeeza if that person could do bad to you, they would. But they are not doing bad because it's not allowed. It's either immoral or illegal. But if they had the power, if they had the audacity, if they had the will to harm you, they would harm you. Okitegeera, ekintu kyonna kyaba wishinga okugamba nti kale mukama ali musasula tekiba kirungi. Omuntu bw'aba ayogera mukama ali musasula in a positive way agamba bannange mukama akuwa omukisa. That's the positive version of that statement. We should all strive to get the positive version of that statement. Mukama akuwa omukisa. Not kale mukama ali kusasula. Mukama ali kusasula is a very bad statement, especially coming from people that are close to you, family members. Very bad statement. So on Friday I was talking about how I was overweight, how I felt like I was fat. In fact, I was my normal weight should ideally be 72.5. Currently I'm 75.8 kgs. That means I'm heavier by 3.3 kgs. Now let me tell you the effect of that weight on me. One, I've been dozing at work. That's how I knew something was wrong. I was dozing at work. Two, my sleeping wasn't very, very nice. Of course, apart from dozing, then when it comes to time to doze, I'm pulling up. Then I went running on Sunday. I've been busy, so certain weekends I wasn't running. So I went to run over the weekend. and okuduka kuzimu. That's how I knew I was overweight. Banange musalama savu. Me, I'm going to keep making you guys aware of the things that you intentionally either ignore or you don't know about. In my experience, majority of Ugandans do not pay their debts. Jackie, I happen to believe that because Ugandans don't pay their debts is one of the reasons why we are struggling as a country. Because tuina abantu abatusabira emikisa egitali mirungi bayitirivu. Buli bw'otasasula muntu ng'alina kiyabalira akasente ke. You don't get blessings. If you believe in blessings, you don't get blessings. We have seen stories of people struggling so many times, and then this and then for those you've had statements of people saying, oyo muntu mumulikateko kuba ina kiyakola abantu. You guys have seen people go broke. You guys have heard the story of Samona, right? Samona was once the biggest jelly producer in Uganda. The biggest. Nga bulimbuli wetugenda bwobate wakozesa ku Samona wali toli mu normal life you people. Nze nakozesa Samona soap, nenkozesa Samona jelly, Samona habo. Okitegeera. Then ne baleta simanya oba skin care. Then nga atandise okugwa. But for you guys that have followed the story of Samona, you guys realize that Samona wasn't just good to certain people. He was bad to some people when he had power. Bwe yalina amaanyi, bwe yalina sente. Mujjukira bwe oba yasibya Walukaga. Okitegeera. Yasibya Walukaga. And then all of a sudden the stories of him and his woman come out. Agoba omukazi mu nyumba, omukazi bakola bonna, omukazi yaleeta ne capital and things like that. So paying debts, some debts are not financial, some debts are gratitude. Oh, uli oluzungu jeke, gratitude. Ekyo kigambo like jeke tokiwulirangako nga fa b'emiti yalaffe tukimanyi. Gratitude, just you having gratitude. Nti ono omuntu gye tuvudde naye, I should have some respect for them. Like when you struggle with you people aba struggling ne bakazi bamwe, when you struggle with your woman, okitegeera, there is that gratitude you're supposed to have. Okitegeera, at least respect that person enough. Like ku bugagga omusajja Samona oyo ali naye yandibadde talwanira amakana mukazi, yandibadde n'obuzimba omwabu mulekera n'agenda n'atandika obulamu because nga bwe yazimba biri twali suubidde nti asobola okuzimba. Personally, because I've come from the bottom to where I am, I know I can go back to the bottom and come back to where I am. Okitegeera. So there is no way you're never going to find me nwanira bye tukoze ne mukyala wange ngambirwanira naye. Okitegeera. Either mugabane emirembe oba bimulekere ddamu ozimbe. Bw'obanga ddala magezi go gaakola. Ng'omukazi si yakuwa buli kyolina. Abantu abamu bemoroka muziikirawo bannange. Nabagamba bw'oba ovuga e Kampala manya ekintu kiri kimu ne bw'onodduka kulagawa jamu agenda kukwata kati mulaba nti envuga mpola ampisiza akuba eng'ombe muli mabega. So what difference does it make? E Kampala wano tuvugisa bwongo tetuvugisa kigere. Ovugisa bwongo nomanya kati bwe mpita wano ne wali jamu wali. Okitegeera bannanga amafuta geyongedde okulinnya gali 528. Nagaana okunywa amafuta ku 518 nga manyi gagenda kukka. Amafuta geyongedde okulinnya people. Kati mabavuga eggulo nasanze kuluga ng'esikidde mu kkubo wakati naye ate bantu muyige emmotoka. Olambi musajja watu abadde adduka emmotoka atya kusika. Leka kati okulata mmotoka ya sisi 2 ng'onywa amafuta g'ebiri emmotoka y'ebiri gikuleteeka mu full tanka. Bade kutera okungamba mbala ate naye nedda. Kati eggulo nasanze kuluga, it was at around 10 p.m. 8 p.m. I think. Omusajja emmotoka yafukiddeko mu kkubo wakati naye n'atafuna na bwongo bugizza bbali ng'eri kasozi. You guys, let me teach you something abatakimanyi. Emmotoka yo bw'ezikira ng'oli kaserengeta ogiteeke mu newto ejja kuyiringitedde in whichever direction which is going down. Okitegeera, oli omusajja agiresere mu ng'agipakinze mu kkubo wakati. Kati nebuzi lwaki ovuga kuluga nga tolina sente zigula amafuta mangi? Okitegeera, muvugula emmotoka nga bu Alex akakatuli maaso kasisi 1500 tekajja kusikako because ojja kuba amafuta ogasobola. eka tukoguze muruka ya sisi bina because simply because you want to be in an SUV mujja kwemenya kansome ku bintu experience ya JK katandikire eno Salmi Ipsam nabivako actually sisobola motoka Arthur weremerera bwotyo oli abubisebo those daily mandazi are not good. Dr. Jonathan nga mandazi sigalya buli lunaku olumu ngagulira abantu ku office ate mchara wange afuba nyo okulabi wakanga tuya balance diet tutekako greens ebyo ebintu byesagala yakale ebyo vegetables banange sagala vegetables nyane ndi nyama yange in peace but abamba kulimira bwerere Antonio, I believe that omuntu akolimira obwerere tebisobola kukukwata Martha, let's do a study to watch it. But why? Wife told me I will find when she has sold it. Antajagara. Arthur, not all weight increase is bad. If you've been eating enough proteins and weightlifting, it means you are adding unhealthy weight in form of muscles, not fat. And the Chris Fitness, nina muscle jempulira muscle katukulu no mbadde sigattako muscle. Mbadde ngattako fat. I wasn't running enough, yet I was eating enough. Oh, mbadde ndi amwe bagayi. There comes to a time when you have appetite. How I know how people gain weight. We would go to the field to do pre-purchase inspection. I would eat breakfast, katogo. Then I eat lunch. Then along the way I enjoy chipusi and I'm bad in Diabubinyo. But I'm going to reduce my weight very soon. Ngenda kudayo munomo yange. Obanfune amasavu. Tosobola Ipsam or you can't afford a car. There is this friend of mine I lent 10 million in June 2018 and he only paid back 1 million in August the same year and stopped. He had the audacity to come to me when he fell on hard times last year. Ngati yakusasula. Ate you guys, if you have bobate wegendereza abantu atasasula mabanja, hard times don't stop being in your lives. Omuntu atasasula mabanja ever abera n'ebizibu. I remember there is a guy namuguze moroka nensigala nga mbanja million emu n'ekitundu yagano gisasula. Then the time when namukubira nga ate ono nkola ki. Guys, as I speak now guy ali kubigere moroka ya kitundu be million 3 je namuguze omukaaga n'asasula ko 5 yadda kubigere. People that don't pay debt, hard times don't stop. Hard times don't stop. Nyina rinda musanga nga ina judde engeregeze. Namugoba and he kept telling me I'm his only hope because life was hard. I said, when I give you 100,000 and you don't pay back, I don't give you more money. Have you so to that someone's story properly? She had kids outside and she even went to the media. Auntie Dr. Jonathan, one thing we need to understand as men, is that the kind of woman you marry is the kind of woman you chose. Ebiseera ebisinga omukazi bw'abeera mwenzi Dr. Jonathan tumanya ffe ng'abasajja ne twegumya. Kati bw'owasa omukazi nga mwenzi ne mukola mwenna musigala mukoze mwenna oba mwenzi oba si mwenzi. Okitegeera? Kati omusajja oyo Samona asobola okuba nga yamanya nti mukazi we mwenzi. Ye n'aguma naye. Kyokka ate obwavu bwe bumuluma n'ayagala ate omukazi amugome mu bintu bye baakola byonna. Okitegeera? The easier thing for you to do once you discover that your girlfriend is promiscuous is leave that woman. Don't even settle with a promiscuous woman. Otherwise, ogenda kutuuka otandika okunyigira ensi Dr. Jonathan. Teri musajja atamanya mukazi nti ali promiscuous. Omukazi bwe yeegaba omulundi ogusooka n'omusonyiwa ajja kwegaba ogwokubiri n'ogwokusatu n'ogwokuna because mwegabi. So nze siyinza kunenya mukazi essaawa eno nenya Samona. He made the choice of marrying that woman. And I will tell you that when he was still had money, Samona yagumira mukazi we n'obwenzi bwe. Okitegeera? Yamala kugwa mu buzibuzibu ng'obwavu muluma n'alyoka alaba nti omukazi kati nno ku bwenzi bw'aliko ebintu bye tukoze ajja bigabira abasajja abalala. You get? Normally that's how it happens with men. Jeka oyo agenda mu banka. I've been saying neeremerera nga mulowooza nsaaga. Totesobola kweremerera Martha. mwe bagayinze bagamba mwabagala okugula starlet mbuga project ka ojja tandika okulooza nti wali wakuloga. They are old cars that I don't recommend you buy. Ochegera at the moment ne some sibakkiriza jigula because nayo bagiseera. Ochegera it's not worth the money that they are selling it. Neno nayo wakwata wakuba waliwo line mbiri. Wegaba asasula amahare mwe bagayi. Dr. Jonathan ekintu kya Samona nze saagala kunenya mukazi nga bwe kiri nti naffe abasajja bw'obeera nga oli musajja nga oli mwezi tebalina kukunenya nga mukazi wo eventually akwatidde mu bwenzi because bw'aba yamanya nti oli mwenzi nga mukyadeetinga nakkiriza n'akufumbirwa tewali nsonga lwaki bwe mumeze emyaka 10 mu bufumbo n'oyendako ate akugamba oli mwenzi lwaki wayenze. Obwenzi bwakuli mu musaayi. You guys need to understand that when we are getting into relationships, things don't get better. A promiscuous person doesn't all of a sudden stop simply because they are in a committed relationship. Okay, what seems to be a committed relationship? A promiscuous person will continue being promiscuous. Actually, it gets worse. If when you are dating, you catch that person once a year. After you are married, you'll catch them 4 times a year. If you even catch them. It's the same story for Steve Harvey. Mukyala we gwe yalina ngali yala yamusulawo for his margarine. Ate era Salmin ebintu bya margarine bino bogendeza story. Margarine yali mwenzi kungwa. Kati kwega Steve Harvey yalekawo omukazi gwe yatoba naye n'agenda na wasamalaya. Okitegeera kati n'asubira nti malaya ejja kubeera olw'okuba alina miliyoni 4. Ono omukazi mbulu agenda kubeera faithful. Okitegeera these people abakazi they don't get better, they get worse. Okitegeera bwe buba bubbi bweyongera kubeera mubbi, bwe buba bwenzi yeyongera kubeera mwenzi, bwe buba buyaye yeyongera kubeera muyaye, bwe buba bukozi yeyongera kubeera mukozi. Kugamba every habit neno nayo ntomedde butomezi senga asigadde ku kosi yange eya bulijjo. Tunoonya sente matter how is stream been for the love of cars get together. Ndowoozaako kukiga ate kati abamu bali Bulaaya, kati abali e Bulaaya tolinawo nabo bw'ogira kubagatta bonna. Still I'll create a poll. Nze creating a poll bannange ne tulonda. Not all debts are financial, you guys. Some debts are you owe your kids. Gwe wozaala omwana bwoti eryo bbanja, gwe kasita ozaala omwana eryo bbanja, naye ate omwana tomubanja teyakusabaako kumuzaala. I think this should be something that we tell ourselves, tweyigirize. I've seen old people abeefuula nti babanja abaana olw'okuba yamuzaala n'amuweerera. Omwana teyakutumako mumuzaala, gye wali onyumirirwa mu kisenge ekyo teyali nayo, n'ofunisa omukazi olubuto kati ate omukolimira omwana olw'okuba takuweereza ebiri. Okitegeera, you as a parent, you have a debt to your kids, but the kids don't have a debt to you. Omwana oli wadembe nti womala omuweera n'afuna degree oba n'afuna ne masters agende alemena kuddamu kukubira simu atandika obulamu obubwe. That's his or her freedom. Naye gwe, you don't have the right to have a kid and not take care of them. Era gwe nga taata, if you don't take care of your kids, abaana baddembe okutwala mu kooti bagambe oyo omusajja tatulabirira. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Mulaba aba pit latrine empters oba kati kino kikola kitya? Bano ba emptying pit latrine zokka. They don't empty zino ezaffe zino eza septic tank. the empty pit latrines. Yeah, the poll is on the WhatsApp group. And then WhatsApp group probably but to joke kujira. 91%, about 91% of you guys are saying we should create a WhatsApp group. However, I don't have the numbers of everyone here. So for you to participate in the poll, if you haven't, go to the community tab of this channel. You'll find the poll of whether we should create a WhatsApp group, and then click on one of the buttons to choose either yes or no or whatever. Can you BF Save Antonio? Go one more. You know UBF mugira basi ya 20 million. UBF ojagisa million 26. That Alex UBF million 26. Ya wo mulaka bamuserera ki. By the way, you guys, if you didn't know, it's unlawful for you to put a guard on your car Nerika number plate. It's illegal for you to put a guard on your car Nerika number plate. Also, let me tell you this. Boda akuyo we gali ebyuma nadduka. Bajja kuba ku zoom bajjeke. Salmin, he even used Marjorie to fight his ex-wife in court. Omukazi teyagaba nako wadde akantu so malaya ka bitwale. Ndoza mula bengeri yetusula mu amabanja. You see how Steve Harvey is paying his debt to his wife. Omukazi yali nga tanaweza milioni 5 ne bamugoba nga tafunye yadde n'ekikumi. Kati atona agenda zitwala. Ate agenda zitwala atwala bazire bodyguard. Banti bodyguard abadde alya ne pool boy abadde alya ne chef abadde alya nanga abakazi mutuswaza bannange. Mukama akutaasanga. Mukazi wona atakola ekyo. Wakati Steve Harvey aswadde n'okuswala. Ekyo kitegeeza tokola. Bodyguard nalya, chef nalya, pool boy nalya. Abantu basatu ngera naye Mukama atusaasire. Okugula Alex ngula Fielder or Corolla. Kituufu. Naye Alex eyo kano kankayise okembadde mbagamba mulabe moroke yetu li maaso Fielder. The other reason why you want to buy a Fielder instead of any other car oba emoroke shaped nga Fielder nga wishezo nga Alex nadala ng'emito jigwa is because under the law bobo ine moroke eri private nge yange tokkirizibwa kutika kintu kyonna mito. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. You're not allowed under the law to put anything nga si muntu mu mito. Katugeze oguze carpet, it's not supposed to be in the seats, it's supposed to be in the boot. Which again, however, the advantage that comes with you having a Fielder or the Alex or the Wish or the Nua is that is the motoka bas designing and emito givayo kitegeeza that it extends the boot kitegeeza omusirikale tasobola kukwata ng'osudde emito n'oteekako ebintu because that car has that functionality naye omusirikale asobola okukuba ekipapula ng'otadde ekintu mu mito gy'emmotoka yange muntunuulire mba nnyonnyole bulungi. The Toyota Fielder, the Toyota Wish emito they have failing seats. The rear seats, they fall in front, creating a bigger boot. Under the law, you are not allowed to load. You are not allowed to load stuff in the seats. The seats are for people only. The seats are for people only. So a traffic officer, if the traffic officer got you putting luggage in the seats, it would mean you're violating the license you have, because you are only licensed to carry 4 people in the cabin, not luggage. So if you put luggage in the seat, it means your boot is full, which means you're overloading the car. However, if you have a car like a Fielder, you can fill the rear seats, not come into motoka yo tasobola kukwatako, because your boot extends. The same thing happens with the Alex, the same thing happens with the Wish, the same thing happens with the Ipsa, the same thing happens with the Nua. The same thing happens with the ISIS. The same, so that's probably one of the reasons why you need to buy a Fielder if you can afford it, or you need to buy a Wish if you can afford it. So we won't have anytime soon nganguze Fielder yo oba Wish mukitegere yensonga, because nze ndi mupambanyi wa city. Ebiseera bisinga ntikka muno kamera nentikka mu tripods bili ebinene nembitika mu motoka. So a number of times I've been stopped by traffic officers. Of course, nze ndi munyumya. What traffic bwanyimiriza tunyumya. We talk, we converse, I tell them stories. Nibandeka nengenda. Waliwo abanyimiza kwa aruwa paka naba banyumiza. Nebe bali bagala seri baiti bagala kunkuba kipapula gabagala nenga sipaje ndi nebanyumya nensigala wano. Nebanga ngenda kutugenda kwa receipt nemagaye wembamwe musazeewo mujimpe. Nentuula. Nebaddayo nebenyumya nebamala nebangamba genda. But it's illegal okwata luggage n'omuteeka mu mitto kakubere mutto gw'emabega. It's very illegal. So that's why you are going to buy vans and minivans, because the vans and minivans have failing seats. Emitto gye extending a boot neyongera negaziwa, but omusirikale bwakwata boot ebere extended. So toba oba totise illegally, because that's what the car can do. That's why those cars are made like that. Alex is overpriced. True. Anti kati mbadde mpiseewo naye we gali bamupromedde omupiira gw'emaaso ne gweweta na mubuti naye wa boda n'adduka. Ababoda obamanyi adduka naye we gali abadde avuga one way, because you're supposed to be riding from the left, right? The bicycle guy was on the right, so we gali abadde mu nso birwakuba nti amateeka ge tegabimanyi you seem to be richer than the other person you have knocked. Whether they were in wrong, you pay them. That's why nawe moroka kati bwo kuba bebigere ebisere yumbadduka. But I've seen kati omusajja wa kuluga ntomedde nze nyina ebintu byesaagala. mwe bagayi wakuluga ntomedde. I have an issue with this man. He was on phone and he stopped on my bumper. Kasita number plate zigenda kubaza digital. When I break the law, they look me up on Google. Nuwa kanjiteke kataun is mweba guy. By the way, okuvuga ngo oli ku simu kintu kibi nnyo. Guy antomedde nga ali ku simu bwati. Abadde ku Facebook oba ku WhatsApp, whatever that is. Let me first sort this. Yes. So the danger of using a mobile phone, guy agize nakuba bumper yange ngali ku simu. He was scrolling tubadde ku bitaala. He was scrolling n'atumira bumper yange naye mulese owa traffic kamukoleko. Aba traffic bamanyi bo bakola emikolo nkasaba kukwatira mu musango owedde kati alina omusango ogw'okutomera, alina omusango ogw'okukozesa essimu ng'avuga because ne bwe bamuyimiriza asigadde scrolling WhatsApp. Mwe bagayi, let's try to olaba bw'oba okozesa essimu, they are hands free devices. Nti right now I'm broadcasting but I'm not holding the phone. Okitegeera, that's obanga akonvasinga n'omuntu. If you want to call someone, kati na what you already is a Bluetooth, you put Bluetooth, we have Bluetooth headsets. Okitegeera, if you're going to be talking to someone over the phone, and let's just try to avoid texting. Let's try to avoid WhatsApping. Let's avoid scrolling through Instagram when we're driving, because kyekituuse ku guy ono abadde tamanyi na kumanya nti atomedde bana. Imagine we pay for what she's doing to Steve. Ebasasula ata simanyi oba akyatunoonyeza kinuwa mujja kifuna mwe kasitamu n'aba ne ssente. Kati kano ka benzi mukalaba akandi maaso ako kati ng'ova eringa ojja otomera ka benzi k'omusajja bw'oto era alabye n'emmotoka yange bannange maanyi ga kifuba. Otomera benzi eyo tojabya bampa. Mbo mujje tugende ku Sapporo tutaase Arthur bimalanga naawe. Abavuga emotoka bikuruga tebavaako ssente. Anti abantu avuga kuruga eno yo jamu. Most people that drive kurugas I wanted to drive Kawundo but they could not afford Kawundo, so they brought kuruga. Simu bubi bannange. Simu bubi. All the people that have helped buy kurugas, they wanted Kawundo but they could not afford Kawundo, so this gamba nogo simu etaga gamba nogo e Kampala wano. Martha Hans ndi very cautious. Jukire moroke yange ina ese ndabira muziba wagulu. Ate kati bema nkola broadcast ndabira muziba ira ddala wagulu. Because I'm bankoze multitasking. Sina gamba nogu. Mata Ipsam nuwa sivao au nonya zombi. If I fail to nuwa I get Ipsam. Na Ipsam ujireke kwa na Ipsam kati nunja 7 million, which is too much for Ipsam. Atenga around 10, 11 or so kufuna nuwa. Nuwa bofuna mukisa ne million munano ofuna bofuna mukisa ne yeba yakanika. Face banja dates. Kati if takes the phone and we continue the live in his pocket. Daniel. Nze nagoba ko mubbi yabbe essimu yange. Namugoba ne mukwata ne njimujjako. Kyekinzirusa buli Saturday ne Sunday lwa kati ndi munene simanyi oba ndi fit oba nsobola okugoba omubbi. Bampa ya fempi atajononye no bampa ngumu na ata ina kyayinza gikolako. Just nze mbadde njagala ategeere omanyi avubuka babeera ku simu neerabira nti avuga bannange scrolling the phone while driving yali ensuddeko mu luwonko edda mtu around 2012 then olulala natomera dabo kabini y'omusajja ng'era ndi ku simu. So tosobola kunsanga nga I'm scrolling. Ato inzo musanga abadde scrolling Instagram ngali mukulaba bawala bali bwerere obanga ali mukulaba video ya Shira Gashumba. You guys who have seen Shira Gashumba video, is she talented oba nsinikire muri ebinyi? Chairman zako mane najiga ate yasepaka bwenjizikiza. Anyway guys, let's pay debts. Amabanja ago mugalaba. Amabanja geta gatugasasulire. Let me remind you. There is a time, the last accident I had, the last accident when Natomera, natomera akamotoka k'omukazi baali bakayita kamotoka kikali ka Mazda nga Mazda obwo buddemiyo nga olwo abalina Mazda baba bagagga. Natomera Mazda y'omukazi emabega nanzijamu emitwalo 5. Yali talina kyagenda naggakozesa kuba wali kyamanyi yali agenda kukola. But omukazi oyo yennyini like 2 days later nemusanga emmotoka eweddewo. I offered to give her 100,000 when namutomera yasigana nga ayagala emitwalo 5. Nemugana esente zange nga tewali zitutte. Akantu ako bagenda kukajjayo bakole ki? Bakatereeza omukazi yagaana n'ayagala emitwalo 5. I gave her the 500k but 2 days later batwali tuvugira ku luguudo lwe lumu. Nensanga ng'emmotoka yagimazeewo yatomera bubi nnyo nnyo mu maaso. Okitegeera. Those market risk snatchers can run as they are related to Cheptegei. Antonia Iran, Nziruka, nyine emisinde baba. After I had requested you to ask for me about how a border permit is. The border permit is normal. Ngabo okole ya Morocco na yo ya mitwalo nga 5. Either you still have to go through a driving school. You go through a driving school and then you go do a test. Just the way for a Morocco but call a test. Even the motorcycle permit, you do a test and then you get a permit. It's the border permit is the same as a car permit. The thing is you can get both the border permit and the class B permit at the same time. Dr. Jonathan, one thing you need to understand is that ebiseera ebisinga abantu abanimirako ne basaba nnyo ssente ne basaba nnyo ssente eby'emmoloka baba tebabimanyi. Kati olaba nga bwe nvudde ku musajja oyo ne muleka agende okitegeera another person asobola okulemerako ne bagenda ne police ne bapaakinga okitegeera naye ng'ekintu ekibaddewo kiri simple because bampa yange agitaddeko scratch talina kyamaanyi kyagikoze. Ezo scratch oziraba ne bw'oba odda reverse you can scratch your bumper yourself. So if someone else scratches your bumper, yes, he was reckless, but he did not plan to scratch my bumper. Chibanga bwokuba omuntu amazingo badde ovuga. You did not plan to come and splash water on anyone. Ukitegeera. It just happened because the water was on the road and you were probably driving at a high speed n'oga kuba ne gamumansukira. Kati omuntu atamanyi bya motoka asobola okukambwala onkubya amazzi but me ayina eby'emmotoka obiraba. Oyo musajja omulaba nga bw'atomedde bampa yange. Nsobola omusanga enkya nga one person I know yatomedde emmotoka ye. Okitegeera. But because you did not treat him badly the last time you were with him, najjukira naga gwe nawe natomera bampa yange nondeka kale katumkamuleka agende. You get there is that thing oba jeke mu aboluzungu mukita reciprocity. Oh, manyi oluzungu mukama Katonda. Simanyi wa benza atomedde lole. Mwe jeke olida oluzungu lwemmanyi reciprocity, reciprocation. Nti when someone does good things to you, you're in a way you're not obligated but you end up doing good to them as well. Okitegeera. So that's what we call reciprocity. Ti omwami oyo omusonyi n'agenda of course we traffic yamukozeeko emikolo nkimanyi ateeka okuba amuggyemu omutwalo oba ebiri because first of all mulabi anoonya permit. Ate wa traffic starta nkukulonyisa permit ng'olina omusango gw'okoze omanya mikolo gye myereere but nze simuggyeko ssente. Kati singa mumusanga enkya nga matha wange yakulubudde bampa ye ne ngenda okumutaasa n'osanga ng'oyo akujjukira because abantu betomera tetera beerabira okitegeera then osobola okwesanga nti asonyiwa omuntu gw'omanyi oba n'omusanga n'akutaasa mukuwa in one way or another okitegeera. Then ekintu kya story ya Mazda Dr. Jonathan siri mulogo but abantu abatera okubeera ne balemerako nnyo baba tebamanyi bya mmotoka nti today someone has knocked you, tomorrow you will knock. Okitegeera there are several times nze nzijukirwa olunaku nali Makerere nali nkyasoma Makerere ko nasula wakyali wange mu kikoni tuba tuvaayo nga olaba ng'oyo omusajja wa kuluga bwakonye bampa yange bwe nakona bampa ya Land Cruiser. Sibi Land Cruiser eyo VX ennene ng'eya Museveni yali ya white lensja and I knocked it. Omusajja yavaayo yali musajja mukulu n'avaayo bwe yavaayo ne mugamba muzeeyi nsonyiwa ebiseera nali sinayiga bulungi balance ya clutch so it lapsed netomere motoka nga sigenderedde. So you'll be surprised the Kruger guy achamye kulangi kufuuyira bampa ye. So when maybe I just walk a shortcut car one of a jam or yeah inzo butavaawo kati a shortcut waliwo wali akalala salawo mwayigira we mukati engomba okuba yaki basalawo naye ebintu bya Kampala bw'oba ovuga ku nguudo z'e Kampala olina okuba nga osalawo mangu bw'oba osazeewo yingira okitegeera. So kyembadde mbagamba nti when you start driving on Ugandan roads you need to learn. Nze wa V8 bwe yavaayo VX bwe yavaayo ne mugamba muzeeyi nsonyiwa sitegedde kibaddewo. The guy looked at his bumper, it was just a scratch, nadda mu mmotoka ye n'agenda. That taught me a very valuable lesson. Abantu abavuga emmotoka ezaalayise basonyiwa kati kwegezaako otomera Ipsam eriyo ejje gye mbagambye eyo gye mulabye gezaako gikulubule ajja kubulira ng'emmotoka ye bw'agirabirira ennyo akubulire nga bwe yakafuwa bampa ye akubulira ebintu biyitirivu okitegeera. Osaaga gwe even if you find him and few meters in front and you scratch him ajja kulemerako. I doubt. You know, I tend to believe that people are nice people naturally. I try as much as possible to have faith in people. Ngezaako kubeera with faith in people. Naye nga buli omu ayagala genda mu shortcut yange. Tetutuukeyo nga tuli bangi nnyo. Kale shortcut ekutte. Chemba manya, every time you are nice to a person, life will be nice to you. Every time you are bad to a person, trust me, life will pay you back. Si 200 mujirabye UAD kati ono ya makanika tesuka kuba ya makanika ajevuga. Lewano wetuti I'm going to do intermittent fasting. Dr. Jonathan chensiba olwaliro paka sanga za lunch. Intermittent fasting, I fast until I want to eat, because even now I want to eat, but I'm going to resist the urge until like 1 p.m. Jagala kusala masavu ago genfunye mu bana mbadde ndya. Whoa. Yoli Kampala Arthur. Yes, Sebu. Henry, this is Kampala. Kati I'm in Chiseka market now. I'm entering Chiseka market. This is where the Naja complex is. Kati we are entering Chiseka. I'm entering Chiseka now. No Kampala. Kati awe tubadde we bayitoba muchi. Bayita muchivulu. I think we bayita muchivulu. Kati this is Chiseka market. Ojambo Kampala nunga munene bwoba tonatambula mu bitundu ebimwe. Oyinza woli we wali Kampala wokka ne Kampala munene nnyo. Nange okulya kuno kati mpulira njoyo okulya. And you know you start gaining weight when you start saying nja kufa kandye. The past few weeks have been like that. I've been saying nja kufa kandye. And I've been eating. Let me eat. I want to eat and I say why? Sentence kola kandye. Intermittent fasting is very beneficial. I start with 18 to 6, then progress to 24 to 4. What is that? Dr. Jonathan, don't use a lot of English or a lot of math. That means like from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Then from, what is 24? 24 is like midnight to 2 p.m. I fasted from midnight. No, after actually from 10 p.m. So I go up to 2 p.m. Ono Kampala baba katuli wa Kisekka. Ne Dr. Jonathan soko yongeno nyinyone 18 hours fighting, fasting 6 hours, eating, then 24 hours fasting, 2 hours. Ha! Dr. Jonathan, you know what it means to not eat for 24 hours? Do you know what it means to not eat for 24 hours? Hey, Dr. Jonathan, one more question. While I'm fasting, am I allowed to drink? Can I drink water? Because I happen to feel very thirsty. Can I drink water as I'm doing that intermittent fasting? And then, Dr. Jonathan, if I'm doing 18-6, should I, for the 6 hours, can I eat non-stop? Can I eat for 18 hours non-stop? Because eating 6 hours is not a problem. I'm going to fast for 18 hours and then I eat for 6 hours. Eat. You guys, not eating for 24 hours. Whoa. Like that means from 1 a.m. to the next 1 a.m. you don't eat, and then you eat from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. and then you don't eat from 3 a.m. to 3 a.m. You guys, being healthy is hard. Being healthy is hard. So today I'm going to try the 18 hours. Dr. Jonathan, I want to see my grandchildren. That means I have to do those fasting things. Hey, 72 hours without eating, won't you be skinny? But do you know what it means to resist food? Do you know what it means to resist food, you people? Like you see a chapati of 500 shillings and you have 100,000 shillings and you don't eat that chapati. Eh? Ngenda basibula bagayi bange mwe bali kubeerako namwe abasigaddeko up to the end. I don't take it for granted. Wali ya parking mu sport yange olwokuba avuga Land Cruiser wa Land Cruiser tali mu sport yange yategedde wano wa Arthur madde ndabanga ali mu sport yange enkalu olwali. Olige motoka nga Arthur webazanga mukama. This is not something that happens every day. There's a difference between real hunger and emotional hunger. Yange ya emotion kubanga baba, I can eat lunch at 1 p.m. and by 2:30 I'm very hungry. I want to eat again. I'll share my photos in WhatsApp group. I used to be very fat. So Dr. Jonathan, but you have not answered me. Do I drink? Am I supposed to drink now because I'm going to do 18 hours and eat for 6 hours non-stop? kubanga ekyo nakyo oganye okukiddamu, because for 6 hours I will have my food there, I eat it for 6 hours because I'm going to do another 18 hours. Nekatata oba sala kuba amasavu gosazimu naye nedda, if I've cut fat for 18 hours and I eat for 6 hours, I've cut a considerable amount of like 12 hours. Netonzizemu Dr. Jonathan, do I drink as I do that first? Am I allowed to drink? Refeeding syndrome. Dr. Jonathan is one of the reasons why we should maybe have a WhatsApp group. True. But if you have never fasted, start with 8 to 6. You have to hydrate but avoid sugars. Okay, I'm going to warm water. You people, I want to live long. I want to see my grandchildren. When I'm retired. I want to retire and start traveling the world. Chovola ngenda kukola nyombe n'akasente akatambula mutojja tambula nga tojja kutambula nga toyina mutooke ebyokugwa mu mwala. Linda ko Salmina agambye ebyokugwa mu mwala 10 million kiteekamu 3 million kidde ku muzuuli nga mu mwala bulungi. Anyway guys, thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. Tomorrow is Market Tuesday. Muje. Yes, Patrick Wafula, Charles Sebaduka, Nalongo Investments, Mutumba Pade, Antonio, Mugalasi Joshua, Antonio Yenimba Services. Ajatuwira byakolincha. Rastas in Milan, Philip Nsereko. Dr. Jonathan, I wanted us to host one YouTube live together. I can invite you and we strictly talk about health. So I'm going to WhatsApp you and we program that. Probably one of these days, when you have time, we can do that before we do the podcast, because podcasting energy collection and ngashima zogenda live ku Pal Magic. Right now I still have a lot of modalities that I'm taking care of, and so I want to finish that, show him a local launching, and then I start the podcast. But before that, we can do one of these days. Dr. Jonathan aleme kutula babulabi tumubuuze ku bibuuzo nga ali live broadcast. Philip Msereko, Jombwe Juma, Dusabe Darius, Muyombia Mark, Nick Wabuya, Himbiswe Dennis, Businje Mark, Abby, of course, Chairman Zach Salmina, Ivanda Bernard, Antonio, Deep in Coffee, Musawo Daniel Ranga, Timmy, Access News Now, Bubu Kawagama Enoch, Lubura Chris Fitness, Musu Wilba, October, Mugalasi Joshua, and Chris Fitness. We should also schedule, because Chris Fitness, you're not in Uganda, right? We should schedule a fitness session one of those evenings on Saturday. Tukole live naenga, you're showing us how do you keep fit, because katumazo kuiga intermittent fasting. Zingenda kola intermittent fasting olwaleero. Mugabi Kavira, mwebagayi. Mbawayo tipu tugulange emotoka enene nga tonnagisobola. Ojjagireka ewaka. Nyina kwenkijje, nyina omuntu gwendabye wano. Yagula emotoka nene nga tannagisobola, kati olumu ajjira ku booda. Ate booda ejja kumenya amagulu. Lwaki tosigala? Kibula asigadde mu nnamukadde Corolla. FX teri mu category ya Subaru, 2-wheel drive category and all-wheel drive category. Abaana babuvuga, Antonio. Sajira comment baba. Arthur, Ugandan cameras are in operation. Adrian Mugerwa, JK, Gideon Mviri, Isaac, Mink Mukabye, Makubuya. Yes, Makubuya. Hano gwe Makubuya inokola ennyo baba. Makubuya. Erinnya lyo ly'abasajja bagagga. Waliwo amanya agamu ng'ogawulira, kati naawe Gideon Mviri. Amanya agamu abagagga, kati Nviri obeera otyanga gwe Nviri ku kyalo ng'oli mwavu. Buli wamanya nga mulina okukola ennyo. Kati nange ngenda kukolera erinnya lyange gundi bagiyita legacy, ng'omuntu tebakutuma kisenyi ng'oli awo bwotyo. Bamugere babeera influential bannange. Kati fe abakulira mu maka amakatuliki, nze wajjajja wange tulina abasajja betulaba mu church nga basajja b'amaanyi. Ibanda Bernard, Feel Good Music, Moses Heath, Nsanji Phone Solutions, Jude Kasibante, Dawood Munule. Kati gwe nawe Dawood Munule yakola nnyo. Kuba mwabakwita mwami Munule naye nga mwami Munule si mugagga. Mukole nnyo. Brian Wanyama, mulowooza temuweddeeyo. Gerald Sonko, Martha Director, Martha Academy. Dr. Jonathan Chiwanuka webale nnyo bambi. Ompadde akantu ka intermittent. Ngenda kukola ne 18 hours zikoleka. Woo! Wow. Naye already nakoze da 8 hours. Bwe mba nakomye okulya ku ssaawa 4. Nyeze ekiro. Sina ke nalidde ezo hours mmeka. Ngenda kukola 18 hours. Ze 8 plus 8. Ngenda kukola 18 hours. Leero akuba nyina okusoma. Naye we natukira ogenda mu class. Nja kuba nkati ngaawo maze okutula first yange, breaking the first. Webale nnyo Dr. Jonathan Chiwanuka. Nze kati awo nkayiza ako. Ngenda kuba yes, William Magezi, Henry Ojambo, Harrison Paul, bana mwebale nnyo kubeerako. Preacher Joseph, the Original Gospel Church. Yes. Bana mujukire musasula amabanja. Wobo ina omuntu akubanja leero mukubire essimu. Emitero nze nasenguka wa landlord wange mu 2016 when nali ngenda mu nyumba yange e Kasangati. Nakubira landlord wange ne mugamba manyi sente zo manja oziraba zirina. Naye kansoke nve mu nyumba eno. Nimga nenja kusasulanga mpola. Nangamba itsoke. Nenvaamu. Nensigala nga musasula. But it's like oba nyumba ogivaamu nali nyina kyempona. Enyumba nali mpangisa nyumba namba nga garage erimu omuntu agirimu. So, but when I left the house, the person that was in the garage shifted to the main house. And in like 2 weeks, the guy had burnt the house. And I had seen this guy when he was in the garage. Olumu alikako flat iron, olumu alikako radio, olumu alikako TV, and he would go for a week. So I had a main switch, like a circuit breaker that led to the garage. So I would always just remove the circuit breaker for him, which together. But when he had the main house, he had no one to protect him, so he burnt the house. So probably when I shifted from the house, I was also being saved from something. But I kept paying my landlord. The banja ndoza lina ine Kampala eryali eddene. Era ne musasula. Paka when natukati Kampala teri amanja era bwobo manje e Kampala. Mpozo ono omwami gwe twakeberedde emmotoka ku Friday amanja yo olunaku lumu naye sisubira nti agenda kudda. I'm thinking he was just using me to show him the right car so that he goes back on his own. So I don't think he's going to come back. Teri muntu amanja. Omulala gwe nakolera inspection yanditira okuyimitinga inspection to 2 days. Oyamala naddayo n'afuna emmotoka, yagula emmotoka. Mujjukira visitor gye nabagambangako. Yeetula naddayo n'agula visitor eyo. Saali nayo by the way. Yaddayo n'agigula yekka. But thank you very much guys for being here. Yes, Antonio, it can be a weight loss program. Personally, I'm going to lose weight. I want to lose only 3 kgs, 3.3 kgs in the 72.5. Kubanga wendi wanasobola kusa okusumagira nsimanya abantu abanene nnyo kye mukola mu bulamu bwammwe. Ndabira ddala nga nenga mukama abawo omukisa. I'll see you tomorrow, Market Tuesday. Dr. Jonathan nzija mu WhatsApp yo tukole program yaffe to have a joint and then probably what we can talk about what is allowed in the medical field, by the way, because mu abantu ba medicine muina amateeka mangi. Do you know what it means okubanga olina sente zosobola okugulamu ebyokule naye nga togenda bbirya because you're fasting? And I'm going to fast for 18 hours. Of course ngenda kuba nnyo amazzi. Anyway, but guy, kamba sibule, I'll see you tomorrow. 90 kg is doing me good. But it seems you're also tall, eh? Kati nze ndi mumpi, I'm 5 foot 11 inches. Guys, see you tomorrow. Ciao.